I want to read this list. It's from the Feeling Good Handbook. Characteristics of poor communication in the workplace. Okay, these are suggestions, more likely than not, that there's more than one page. We only have one page, okay? And I'm just going to read it to you. These are things that you need to know what the hell to do. You need to know about wherever you go work. Because I'm telling you, this came straight from HR, okay? Howdy everybody, it's me, Medic Mark, coming to you from the bunker system located underneath the art villa found somewhere in the jungles of the Midwest. And I'm coming to you today with a few records and this or that. Everything's all mixed up because it's been over a week and where do I even start? We'll just start with the, just nothing, it's, never mind. Okay, go ahead. What was I going to say? Oh, it's trying to be summer out there, but it's still working on spring. It's kind of like not spring and not summer, not winter, but kind of going back and forth. So I'm wearing the summer shirt on top of the winter military spec polyurethane whatever shirt. I can't remember the name. You're being silly. Stop it. Okay. First of all, this is a really great tool bag. Okay. I carry this tool bag when I go to work. Right here, this is Medic Mark's tool bag. But you're looking at about 50 effing pounds of tools, okay? And I would carry more, except it's such a long way to get from point A to point B where Medic Mark sometimes works. Yes! People hire me to do stuff. Okay. And it's a very nice bag, but I got sick and tired of not carrying everything that I need. So, what's in Medic Mark's tool bag, and why are you even talking about this? Well, I'm talking about it because, like I said, I got tired of carrying it. So David, my friend David at work, he came in with his bag. I went, that's nice. So I'm going to show you the new bag. We're switching out the tools. The new bag is a Husky heavy duty bag, and it's got a extendable telescoping handle, and without knocking anything over here, wheels. Medic Mark's got a tool bag with wheels and a telescoping handle deal there, okay? And I got it because I could open it up and I could put Medic Mark's tools inside, and you carry some tools you don't want anybody to touch because they're expensive and you don't want, like, I'm just going to borrow this and I'll bring it right back, and then they don't. Sometimes it happens, okay? And then there's some tools you can just put on the outside. There are pockets on the outside, which is good too, because you just want to get to those tools. Okay, so we're going to put that down. And what's the most important tool? Should we start with the most important tool? No, let's talk about gloves. This video is going to go on forever and ever. This is just one of those videos. Here's some of Medic Mark's gloves that he wears. They're kind of hot, okay? But when you're picking up the fragile crap that you got to pick up that you don't want to drop, because then they may not call you back the next time you wear these gloves because they're kind of sticky, but they're hot, and you wear them once or twice and you got to wash them. Okay, these are Medic Mark's new favorite gloves. They aren't quite as sticky, but they're very thin, and for some reason they take all that sweaty Medic Mark sweat and they don't turn into garbage smelling. Ugh. I've got to wash them anyway. But they're very nice and thin, and you can hold screws with them and everything. Okay. That's an important thing in Medic Mark's job. Here's a Klein pair of pliers. This is a very fine tool, Klein. I'm going to look them up online, and I think that's going to have to go on the outside. I want that to go on the outside. So the smaller tools can go on the outside. I know how interesting this is. Number one, truth. And I'm going to explain it. Truth. You insist that you are right and the other person is wrong. You can't do that. Okay, we'll save that. Here's a very special tool. This is called a cam tool, okay? This tool fits in the, it can be any size, but the size of walls we're working with are 4 by 12 foot, 4 foot by 12 foot by about 4 inches. They weigh about 144 pounds a piece, I think. and you put them up, one next to another, and they're cams, which is a thing. You put this in, you turn it, and the thing clamps so the walls clamp together. That's what that is for. That's a very handy tool to have. I keep one around just so that we have it when we need it. Okay, you can't tell the truth and mean it. Blame. You say that the problem is the other person's fault. You cannot say it's their fault. You can't do that. You can't point that person out and blame them. Everybody has a tape measure in their bag. No, everybody doesn't, because people don't bring bags or tape measures, but I do. And this is a very good, this is a DeWalt, okay? And it's not like super long, so it's kind of small, but when you're carrying it, some people carry gigantic, beefy. You could throw it through a brick wall. You could do something with it. It's very heavy. Anyway, but I like this DeWalt because of the way they manufacture the tip. It holds here and it holds on the side. Sometimes you get a tape measure and it just holds here, and that's no good. You want it to hold on the side. Magnetic tips are not bad either, but this is not one. And they're thick. The shorter but yet still thick tape, you can extend it a long way, and it doesn't bend, you know, and it doesn't get floppy. And I don't like it when it gets floppy. All right, I'll put that over there. Martyrdom. You claim that you're an innocent victim. Martyrdom, that's an awful strong word. Could they not have picked a different word? A cheap set, a freebie set of sockets. I don't want to take a good set because I'm bound to lose good sockets and I don't want to mess around with anyway. Okay, I got that cheap set. A tiny little pry bar, and I may upgrade. Now that I can roll my tools, I'm going to upgrade to a bigger. I know this looks silly, but it's very handy, a little tiny pry bar. It goes in your pocket. If you don't have your tool bag anyway. Innocent victim. Innocent. Innocent and a victim. Oh, victim, that's what it is. I'm a victim. And I don't know. Going on to 4. Put down. You imply that the other person is a loser because he, she always or never does certain things. Always or never. Put down. How do you point out that a person is a loser? One of these. How's that going to fit in there? Ooh, that's not going to fit in there. Hopelessness. You give up and insist there's no point in trying. What the hell? Hopelessness. Well, what if there's no point? Actually, there is no point. There's no point to any of this. Like, I'm going to have to figure this out. This is the thing with the magnet that you pick up. All the things that fall on the floor that you don't want to lean over to pick up that are magnetized. That's, how in the hell am I going to take that anywhere? That's not going to fit in there. That I can see. Oh, it's just not going to be good. It's not going to be good. Demandingness. You say you're entitled to better treatment, but you refuse to ask for what you want in a direct and straightforward way. Now, these other ones, pretty much, don't worry about it. I'll figure it out. Okay, we're going on. What else is in here? This is very handy to have. These are the rudimentary tools you need. This is a great speed square because it hooks on stuff here, and you're able to do things. Never mind. Okay, but that is demandingness. Denial. You insist that you don't feel angry, hurt, or sad when you really do. Now we're getting down to the beefy thing. I think I've showed this before. This is handy. We're just going to hold this up. This is in Mark's tool bag. It's a big, heavy-duty, beefy, massive weightlifter's belt. Why? Because when you're 56 years old and you're picking up walls that weigh 144 pounds a piece that are 4 by 12 feet by 4 inches thick, your back is like something you need to, pay attention to. Okay, I'm perfectly fine. I feel great. Passive-aggressive. You pout or withdraw or say nothing. You may storm out of rooms or slam doors. That's passive-aggressive? Uh-oh. Oh, my crap's falling out of my old bag. Now, what else? This is the favorite tool in Manic Marks, it's the ratcheting driver. A ratcheting driver. It's not a screw gun. It's not a drill. It's a ratcheting driver that drives screws. In this case, I've got an extension on the end, which you need. And this little sleeve. The sleeve, you put the screw on. Here's the screw right here. You put the screw on. Most of the time, people are like, and they'll say, "Yeah, you can do whatever you want with the screw." And you know, you put it on, and it does this, and it bends, and it falls off. No, you put that on. You pull the sleeve down just like that, and it stays right where you need it to. You know, and that's why we use that. The sleeve on the thing, and because it's ratcheting, you can hold it stupidly. We have to screw things in stupidly, so we hold it this way. You can hold it any way you want over your head, and you still, the torque of the machine drives the screw in very places where you can't get a lot of stuff, you know, mechanical advantage. I don't know. I don't care. I don't want to help. I don't care. Sarcasm. This is like number 11 on the list, and this is the big one. Your words or tone of voice convey tension or hostility which you aren't openly acknowledging. Put that in the bag. Safety glasses. Safety glasses, okay. A knit hat for when it's cold. It hasn't been cold. That's in there. That needs to get washed. All right, what else is in here? You got knives, a Leatherman tool, a knife, a Leatherman tool. You got to have a multi-tool. This is not the best multi-tool. It's a Leatherman tool, but it works great. There's bigger multi-tools in that pocket. You need a box cutter, one that you can wear on your belt. This is just a Cobalt box cutter, but it's not a bad one. And you cut stuff all the time with the damn thing, okay? Scapegoating. You suggest that the other person has a problem and that you are sane, happy, and uninvolved in the conflict. You suggest that the other person has a problem and that you are sane, happy, and uninvolved in the conflict. That's sort of like, not blaming? Is that not blaming? That's important to have in there. We're going to put that in there. Then there'll be, what else? The box cutter. Then you got, that's it, okay. You can have specialty. You can put your specialty gloves in here too. These are gloves that have some fingers but not all the fingers. There's some fingers but not all the fingers. They're sold this way, okay, so that you can hold stuff like this, but yet still you have two fingers tips that don't get splinters in them. All right, now, defensiveness. You refuse to admit any wrongdoing or imperfection. But if you admit imperfections and wrongdoing, then that's self-blame. That you go back. It's like doing number 13 puts you back to number 9, which is self-blame. Which we're going on to the next thing, talking about work. You need to have extra. These are good. Oh, I didn't know I had these. These are. So sometimes you take stuff apart and it has Phillips head screws and has square head screws and bolts and all kinds of stuff. Why? I don't know. That's just the way they make things. When more than the same people work on a job. Counterattack. Instead of acknowledging how the other person feels, you respond to their criticism by criticizing them. And I've got other stuff. Anyway, that's enough of it. That went on forever and ever. Holy crap, how long? 9 minutes. You don't need to hear that. Now, diversion. Instead of dealing with how you feel in the here and now, you list grievances about past injustices. That sounds like a conversation men have with their wives, where you bring up very calmly and not without sarcasm and or passive-aggressive, put-down, demandingness. You just say something and they bring up the thing 15 damn years ago that you did. Dad, they'll never forget that you apologized for Blue a million times. Oh, this list is going to get me in trouble. So one other thing I wanted to talk about was the new $1 million idea that I had. At lunch today, and I'm looking for investors. And people say, hey, that's a great idea. First they said, that's stupid, and I went, why? Oh, that's horrible. Okay. What I did was I just come right out and admit that I drink instant coffee. And when you do that, it's like beer, Bud Light Lime. It's the snobs come out of the woodwork. Is snob on that list? Is snobbery on that list? There's more. I need you people out there in Manic Mark Land to leave a comment about what would you put on the characteristics of poor communications in the workplace list that's not on my list here, and that may include snobbery. Anyway, the coffee and beer snobs, coffee. So I say I drink instant coffee, and suddenly it's like, oh my God, people are making the signs of the cross, and you know they're moving their chairs kind of away from where I'm sitting, and you know their noses kind of like. But what I'm saying is there's a market for it. Because look, you go to the store and there's all this instant coffee, right? I mean, you go to Sam's and you can get like giant bottles of it, cans of trash can size containers of instant coffee. And everybody wants to open a coffee shop, and that includes me, Manic Mark. So, you know where I'm going with this. I'm going to open a coffee shop that serves nothing but instant coffees. Not just American instant coffees, but coffees instant variety made from around the world. Okay, I don't know how many there are going to be. I'd have to research it, but I'm going to call it Cheapo's, Manic Mark's Cheapo Instant Coffee Bar. Like 50 coffees, 50 flavors of coffees. You come in and you get it. You order it and I bring it to your table, and I just dump in the scoop of whatever. And you just, it's right there, okay? You stir it up and you drink it, and there'll be lap dances, okay? I'm making it more interesting as I go along. I don't have anywhere to put records. I've used like every available space down here for some reason. Okay, records, here we go. All right, Arthur Lyman. So, Manic Mark, you already have a copy of this. Well, now I have another copy. It's a very good album. Here's an interesting Tony Mottola album. I don't think I have. It's later. I have a copy of this too, but now I have another copy. This was one of the best Paul Murat albums, especially the cover. The cover is fabulous. From the 70s, I think. Ooh, look at this clean copy of the Dello Ugh. He says that. It's right there. It says Ugh. You thought I just made that up, but I didn't. That's awfully clean for 1958. Cha-Cha-Cha Mambo and the What the Hell Else, I have no idea. I don't think I have. Have I? Have I held these up? Don't think so. Artie Shaw plays Cole Porter and Irving Berlin. That's kind of a wacky cover for an Artie Shaw album, don't you think? Mystic Moods. I think this is, it's Stormy Weekend. Maybe they re-released one of their records twice with two different covers. I don't know. Anyway, I picked it up. Frankie Lane, Rockin'. I don't know. Will he rock on that album? I have no idea. Frank Sinatra record that was 50 cents. Ooh, I forgot to take the damn stickers off. I need to turn this off and take the damn sticker. I hate stickers. Well, to hell with it. I'm just going to do it with stickers on it. I took the sticker off of this one. Frank Sinatra, 50 cents, half-price books. Frank Sinatra, early Sinatra. It was a nice cover, so I picked it up. Dean Martin, The Silencers. That's just a great cover there, don't you think? Wes Montgomery, A Day in the Life. There he is. Oh my God, what have I done? I don't know if I have this one. Walter Wanderley Rainforest, a great Brazilian keyboardist, great light pop, Latin flavored keyboard work produced by Creed Taylor. This looks like fun. It's the Mexicali Brass Green Hornet. That's a fun cover. That could be interesting. Burt Bacharach. Oh, this is kind of a, I played this for you, right? It's kind of a collectible record. And I found another copy, very clean. I know I just played that one. The Royal Hawaiian Guitars, I don't know, picked it up. It's on Mercury. Mercury's stuff is pretty good. For trade, there you go, the fabulous Marty Gold. Now, this is probably what I'm going to feature. Exotic Middle Eastern music performed in a modern manner by Big Eddie Adams Orchestra. Middle East Goes Modern. Isn't that a nice cover? It's, that's not die cut, it's just printed. The artwork is printed.